Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we're going to react to the greatest plays after the whistle. NBA's greatest plays after the whistle. This should be interesting. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
Before you ask the question, yes, today's video was inspired by one of the greatest dunks after the whistle that we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. So that got me thinking, just what are the top 20 greatest plays that ever happened after a foul was called? And just to be clear, that's how this list works. It's after the whistle in which a foul was called. Shots that happened after a buzzer, whether a quarter expired or was the end of regulation, will not count on this list. It's only the situations where a play's happened after a foul or a violation. Now, one thing I do want to clarify before I get into the list. It is utterly impossible to do a completely thorough list on this type of content. Because the reality is, so many of these plays aren't celebrated or preserved on film, because they literally did not count. These are the top 20 greatest plays that happened after the whistle that I know about. So if there's other ones that you think should have made the list, please let me know in the comment section below what they were, and maybe you'll be bringing it to my attention for the very first time. So let's enjoy the list, but let's also take it with a major grain of salt, knowing that my knowledge is limited on the NBA, and there's no way I can possibly know every great play that happened after a whistle. First off, at number 20 is Paul George's 360 windmill dunk. He actually did this in the heat of competition multiple times, but this instance was by far the most clean. And although it didn't count and it came well after the whistle, these are the kind of moments that the 20,000 fans in the arena will always remember. So I love instances like this, because after all, it's all about entertaining the audience. Number 19, Dominique Wilkins' illegal putback dunk. For those of you who didn't know, you're not actually able to hang on the rim while you're converting a putback basket. But Dominique Wilkins did it in this instance, seeing that it was just an exhibition match, and man, he did it with his usual Dominique flair, as he made it a highlight to remember. Number 18, Dwyane Wade's half-court bomb against the Sacramento Kings. This one obviously didn't count, but it was some amazing sharpshooting from Wade, and being the showman that he is, he certainly leaned into the moment and gave that audience a highlight to remember. Number 17, Anthony Davis's spinning half-court three. He was off balance on this play, and obviously if play had continued, this is probably going to be called a traveling violation. But regardless, it came well after the whistle, and it looked beautiful to say the least, as he was pirouetting and then hit a perfect swish to complete the play. Number 16, LeBron's insane windmill putback slam after Dwyane Wade's miss. The amount of highlights from the LeBron Miami era are pretty much endless, and this one absolutely would be an all-timer if it wasn't for the whistle. He could have just put it back in with authority, but instead he added a little extra flair to it and completed it with a windmill. Number 15, Andre Iguodala's one-handed prayer. You've got to have a lot of body control and decent hands to make this one. Maybe this was the play that Max Kellerman was thinking of when he said that Andre Iguodala should be the guy shooting the ball with the fate of the universe on the line.
We ain't gonna never let him live that down.
Number 14, Ja Morant's alley-oop windmill. This one was electric, as he completed one of the most difficult alley-oop plays in basketball. This guy is a walking highlight, and due to the fact that it didn't count, it's basically just a footnote for his amazing career so far. But I just love how box office this guy is, and how aggressive he is about finishing the play even after he's heard the whistle. Number 13, Vince Carter's behind the back shot. This is one of those goofy horse shots that we all tried when we were a little kid, but Vince Carter actually buried it and looked incredibly smooth in the process.
That y'all tried, I did that shit. I used to be known for the horse shots. You didn't want to play me in horse. Back then, I want to say between the time I was like 11 to 16, you did not want to play me in horse, bro. Horse was the worst game you want to play me in, because I would do dumb shit like this and it would go in. Everybody be like, how the fuck do you be making that shit? I just know nowadays I can't do none of that shit no more. I can't do none of that shit no more. God damn. I can't do none of that shit no more, man. I try to do that shit now. I'm just saying, dog. Back then, I used to be able to do all that dumb shit, the behind the backs, the crazy hook shots from half court. Yes, I used to do hook shots from half court, just lacing them bitches. Niggas just used to look at me like, bro, how the fuck do you be doing all this dumb shit, bro? It's like, I just got a good touch. I always had good touch with the ball. Like, I always had good touch with the ball. That's one of the things. Like I like at a very young age, like layup drills and one-handed shots was all I would do to like prep for games. So I do like the Micotin drill, whatever, where you do all the layups with both your right hand and your left hand, and then I would do the one-handed shots. I do one-handed shots. Like I start from under the rim, and then I'll work my way back to the free throw line. And then I would have to hit like 5 free throws. I had to hit 5 free throws. If I miss 2 in a row, I had to start over. So that's how I fix my touch with the ball, just working with one hand. So I guess that's how you could say I got it, because I used to do like good shooting drills, but outside of that, I can't do none of this shit no more. I don't know. I lost my touch. I lost my touch with the crazy shots. I still got my touch. It's just the behind the backs, the hook shots, the no looks. I can't do them no more. Well, I can still do the no looks. The no looks I can still do with ease. The no looks is probably the only thing I can still do. The hook shots is gonna hit the backboard. If I do it behind the back, it's gonna go over. It's gonna excuse me. It's gonna go over the fucking. It's gonna go over the fucking backboard into the over the fence and shit. Like damn, bro. That's why I don't do them no more. But the no looks I can still do those with ease. I think I can only do them up to the free throw line, though.
I feel like at one point or another in NBA history, this actually could have been counted as an and one, seeing that it could be argued that this was a continuation play. Number 12, Vince Carter's baseline windmill dunk. He had an insanely quick first step, and a foul was called away from the ball, but Carter decided to put on a show anyway, as he remained completely sideways in midair, yet completed the windmill dunk with his usual flair, and I'm sure the crowd was extremely grateful for it. Number 11, Nikola Jokic with the ultimate Nikola Jokic shot. As a Lakers fan, I know full well that this guy will sometimes just heave anything at the basket, and although I want to blame it exclusively on luck, admittedly, there is a lot of skill involved.
How did that not count?
Number 10, Richard Jefferson's poster slam. This one was especially stunning considering the fact that it was well after Richard Jefferson's prime. But with that being said, he clearly still had some explosiveness and finished this dunk with authority.
How did that not count?
This is one of those plays that I actually think should have counted.
How does that not count?
Let me know in the comment section below if you're seeing the offensive foul here, because I'm not seeing it.
Oh, it's an offensive foul.
Number 9, Blake Griffin absolutely posterizes Gortat. At this early stage of his career, this was something that Griffin was doing to just about everybody. I remember when he embarrassed Mozgov, dunked on him, and grabbed the back of his head as he did it. Well, he almost did this same thing to Gortat. The only thing is, this play didn't count, as he was hit with a charge and he couldn't believe it. Number 8. Anthony Edwards poster slam on Gabe Vincent. This one didn't count, but it was yet another really tough call. I do think they got the call right though, as Vincent was out of the restricted area, and to my naked eye, it did look like his feet were set.
No, they weren't.
Regardless of that fact, it was an incredible display of athleticism from Anthony Edwards.
He was still moving.
And to this day, I think he's still devastated about it.
No, he was. Anthony Edwards was airborne, and dude was still moving. That should have been a defensive. That should have been a blocking foul. Fuck no. I don't. No, that should have counted, bro.
The fact that it didn't count. Number 7. Jamal Murray utterly humiliates the Milwaukee Bucks.
No, he doesn't.
This poster slam was insane, and I remember it. When Jamal Murray did it, I didn't think he was capable of getting that high up in the air. Because by the time he was slamming it through the basket, it almost looked like he was looking down at the rim. Number 6. Kobe Bryant posterizing Tim Duncan for what could have been a game-winning slam. As a Kobe fan who's constantly debating about who is the best player of their era, Kobe Bryant or Tim Duncan, this one hurts me. Because this would have been a beautifully symbolic moment for me if Kobe converted this jam and it actually counted. Then consider the fact that it would have been added to Kobe's legacy as a game winner would have been some legendary stuff. As devastated as I was, look at Kobe's face. I don't think anybody's more upset than he was. Number 5. Allen Iverson humbles Dwight Howard. The antics on this one are very hilarious, as Dwight Howard pulls what is known as a KG move, when Allen Iverson shoots this shot after the whistle, and Dwight Howard knocks it away. So then the answer basically says, alright, try this one, and puts it so ridiculously high out of his reach and buries it, which has Howard looking on, simply shaking his head. Number 4. Shannon Brown's filthy block shot.
This should have counted, bro. That was a clean block.
You guys all know this play, as it quickly became one of the greatest basketball memes of all time. Not just for his athleticism and for the incredible ferocity of the block shot, but the response of the Lakers bench was absolutely beautiful, as even talented players like Kobe Bryant and Lamar Odom could do nothing but marvel at the sheer athleticism of Shannon Brown.
That should have counted.
Number 3. LeBron James's reverse lob finish from Delonte West. Inevitably, cue the father and son jokes, but this pass from West to LeBron I desperately wish would have counted, as this was one of the greatest alley-oop finishes of LeBron's career, and after he converted the play, even he had to take a moment and give a look to the audience that basically said, yeah, that was pretty good. Number 2. Alperen Şengün absolutely detonates on Zach Collins.
God damn.
This one was utterly insane, as he dunked it through a tremendous amount of contact with an enormous amount of ferocity.
How did that not count?
And it was a bit scary as well, as Zach Collins fell flat on his back and hit the back of his head.
So
ultimately, everybody wanted to make sure he was okay, and he ultimately was. But let's all admit, the fact that he got bodied and landed in such a gruesome way almost added to the embarrassment and the disrespect of the dunk itself. Again, it didn't count, but man, what a highlight this one was.
How does that not count?
Number 1. Ja Morant dunking on Victor Wembanyama. Now listen, you guys all know me. I'm the Basketball History Channel, and I'm always paying respect to the plays from yesteryears. And a lot of the time, when I'm doing ranked lists like this, it's the older plays and the older guys who get the number 1 spot. Some people might accuse me of being a slave of the moment, but I honestly don't think that's the case. Victor Wembanyama is well on his way to being one of the greatest shot blockers in the history of the game. He's either 7'4" or 7'5" inches tall, and Ja Morant is so much shorter and has a ridiculous vertical leap, and just absolutely went for it as he utterly posterized Wemby. To be fair, Victor probably didn't know that he was going to finish the play attacking so aggressively, since the whistle did happen quite a while before that. But regardless of whether or not he knew, we now have the visual. and this will remain as arguably the greatest what if dunk highlight of all time.
Alrighty, man. That's just gonna about do it for this one. Hey, man. Some of these should have counted, man. Cause I don't get some of these some bullshit. They just ticky tack bullshit files. They should have just let him go, bro. That Anthony Edwards one should have counted, bro. He was still moving, bro. His feet was not set. He was still adjusting himself, and and Anthony Edwards was already in the air. So nah, I can't even count that one, dog. They robbed Anthony Edwards of that highlight, bro. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out.